Hey everyone, my name is RC and I'm a Photoshop expert, author, educator, and photographer looking to make myself stand out with the images that I make. To do this, I print on aluminum with Image Wizards. The images that I print here have an incredible quality to them. It feels kind of like 3D, popping out of the frame. The durability is second to none and the customer service is just top notch. The images on my and my clients' walls look like windows into another world, and that leaves an impression that is extremely hard to beat. Now, I wanted to share with you some information that will help you take the guesswork out of your process and get the very best prints from Image Wizards. Today, we're going to talk about how to be able to crop and export images out of Photoshop. And I'm going to make two assumptions. The first one is that you're using a RAW file. The second one is that you're using Adobe Photoshop. I'm going to grab my file here and I'm going to drag this into Photoshop. Now, this is an image that already has toning already set up for it, and I'm going to show that in a later video. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to take you through the process on how to be able to crop through an order. Now, imagine if I go over to the Image Wizards website, and on the Image Wizards website, I want to start an order. So I'm going to click on Order here at the very top. Once I have that set, it's going to ask for a specific size, and maybe there's a size that I'm looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and type in 34 by 60. I like that proportion. But is that a proportion that's going to correspond to the size that you have in your image? And if it isn't, would you want to have the control of where you're going to crop the image? I would vote that that's what you would want to do. So do it on the front end and then send the correct image over to them. So we've chosen what we want here from that. I'm going to go into Photoshop, and inside of Photoshop, I'm going to hit the letter C for the crop tool. And that's going to bring it here inside of Camera Raw. Now, once you have that set, just do a right click anywhere, and you're going to notice that you can select any different type of crop that you would like here. You have a series of ratios that have already been set up, and then you have an option here called Custom. Once you click on Custom, you can put in whatever it is that you want from here. So in this case, I'm going to select 60 by 34. Once I have that set, I'm going to click on OK. And now anytime that I draw the crop tool, it's going to do it against those perspectives, against that ratio, 34 by 60. So I can draw this out. I can even come over here to the very corners and I can rotate it a little bit, a tiny bit if I need to, right? So I'm going to crop this. Come over here, I can bring this in, bring this out. I can rotate right from here. And once I have it exactly the way that I want it, right, I'm probably going to bring it in a little bit more there. I'm going to hit the Enter key, and I'm going to do one more here. I can always just use this straighten tool. I'm going to click, I'm going to drag right along this because that's what I want straight. And now that's looking like something that I want. That looks a lot better for me. Now I'm ready to go ahead and export this out. Notice that down here at the very, very bottom, you're going to go into your Pro Photo color space. I would recommend that you click on this drop down here, or this little line, and I want you to select Adobe RGB 1998, and we'll talk about that in a later video. But make sure that you select Adobe RGB 1998 and select 16 bits per channel. Click OK, and then select Open Image from there. Once you have this image here, what I want you to do is I want you to save this in the largest possible size that you can, and that's going to be a TIFF image. If you do a File, Save As, from here, you can go ahead and select wherever you want to put it, and you want to select TIFF. If you use a JPEG, let me just show you this as an example. If you use a JPEG here, you're always going to get this JPEG options, and what JPEG does is it takes a file and it compresses it, right? And how much of compression do you use is largely based on what you use here from a quality. A large file will have some compression, but not a lot. A smaller quality, right, if you lower in the number, it compresses the file even more to make the file smaller, but you're getting rid of color and detail. And those are not things that you want to do when you're making a high quality print. So I would recommend for you to skip it entirely and do a File, Save As, go inside of here and make sure that you save it as a TIFF. Make sure that the option that you have here is no compression. Click OK, and now you have a high quality print. Once you're there, then just go through the rest of it. I would recommend a frame to edge. I think those look really, really nice. I'm going to select that. Make sure you go to your white ultra gloss. That's something that I think is really cool, right? I'm going to use my 1 1/4 double wall, and I'm going to make that black. I think it looks really cool in the black edges. This is my favorite so far. So you can choose a whole bunch of different ones. They're all great, but I think this is my favorite here. Hang the hardware. I like wire mounts. I think they're pretty good. But this section is something that I wanted to talk to you about specifically, and it's a proof. If you're investing in a print, I would tell you spend the extra money here and make sure that you get a digital proof. They send you 2 6x9 sheets. One of them shows you color on the metal, and the other one shows you detail. Now you know exactly what that's going to look like, right? You have a good idea for quality and color, and you can go, yes, go ahead and do that. Once you go through that process, you can upload it from here and add to the cart, and in no time flat, you're going to have some beautiful pictures. I guarantee it. Make sure that you go to imagewizards.com for more information. You're going to get some stunning prints from a great printmaker. My name is RC. Thanks for watching.